Hello and welcome back, and this is the third part of my series of videos about enjoying your NAS media on the Amazon FireStick. So many of you purchased an Amazon FireStick, be it the 4K or the regular 1080p version, so you could enjoy media in the home. And although there are lots of ways to enjoy media on it, iPlayer, Netflix, and so many other services, and including Amazon's own ones, Amazon Prime Video, so many of you want to enjoy your videos, the videos you've purchased, the videos you've recorded yourselves, and therefore you've bought a NAS to store them on. Now, as you can see on the picture, we have a Synology, a QNAP, and a WD. And I'm pleased to say that the majority of the apps that we're going to talk about today can be utilised with all three of those brands, along with TerraMaster, Acer Store, Drobo, and more. Some of the apps you can't, and I'll mention them throughout the video, but today I just want to give a quick overview of all the different apps that you can use to access your NAS media. So without further ado, I've already got a whole video covering this already, but if you own a Synology, I'm pleased to let you know that there is of course the DS Video and the DS Photo applications that let you enjoy media directly on your Synology NAS. And again, this is just for them. They are the only NAS brand out there that have their own application to do this. Of course, you can't really use this for any other NAS brand but Synology, but I'm pleased to say that it's very similar to Plex in the way that it pulls metadata and the way it arranges files out there. It's very user-friendly, although it isn't quite as snappy as Plex. Do check out my video on that one. But you can watch video directly from your Synology as well as the photos. Now, another one, of course, is Plex. That is a big one. Now, Plex will require your NAS to have a little bit more beefed up hardware inside, but the Plex application available for FireStick is still pretty good indeed, and it does sequence things and pull metadata a great deal better. It's just worth remembering that you will have to ensure your NAS has got the power to occasionally transcode files. In this context, as you can see here with a TV, transcoding isn't really too much of a problem. You won't have to worry too much about it. It will just play files very easily, and these files will be played back exceedingly quickly. But over the internet as opposed to the network, and if you're using mobile phone devices, that is when something like transcoding will come into play. Do just Google NAS transcoding and you'll find one of my many videos on the subject. Make our way back to the main interface. So that's Plex and Synology's own application. The biggest one I'm going to save till last, which is Kodi, but right now for me that is the very best way to enjoy your media over DLNA on your NAS with a FireStick, but we'll get to that later on. VLC is another interesting one. VLC is a brand that's been around for a very long time. It's the kind of open source free media player that people have been using predominantly on PCs, but it has made its way into Android devices and now onto FireStick. With FireStick, you can scan your local area network and find the NASes. As you can see, we've got my Synology, we've got the QNAP, the WD, and we've got the QNAP. And what will happen here is it just scans the local area network and finds these NASes. You will, of course, have to enter the login information, but from there, you will be able to access the media on your NAS. And it's found the file structure. And if we go into here, you just have to enter your login information, which is, for example, in this case, I don't mind telling you on screen, you've seen it enough times. You just log in with your username and then your password, which again, rather imaginatively for this device, is just the word password. And then from there, you can have access to your media via VLC. Now again, it's a nice, quick, user-friendly interface, but for me, one of the biggest problems is I just don't like this big button overview. It's designed more for touchscreen devices. Don't get me wrong, it will play stuff very easily. Let's pick Trainspotting, it's the one we used in the other video, and it will play media very quickly. And you've got the usual options there at the bottom. If you want to carry on watching it and stuff, you can fast forward. All the options you'd expect from VLC. It is a good little app, but it's just not very user-friendly. I prefer a list motif, but that's my only really complaint with VLC. These big buttons, particularly when you're navigating huge libraries with 50 or 100 titles, it is not very user-friendly at all. So let's make our way back to the user interface. After VLC, another one of the most common applications people use is UPnP Wi-Fi by DG. Now, it is worth highlighting that this, unlike VLC, very much goes the other way. This keeps things in a kind of file structure manner, but disappointingly, you have to pay for it. This is not a free app, and all the apps I've talked about so far are all free. So a number of you will probably be quite disappointed by the fact that you have to pay for this app, particularly that when it doesn't have the sort of beautiful, colourful and image-driven user interface that a number of you are used to. So if we go back into that same QNAP from earlier, and we'll go into videos here, and then from here we can make our way into the structure of this NAS and see all of those. But again, this is very much a kind of touch options user interface. So we go into movies, and there's Trainspotting again. We'll just watch the same film. And again, very quick, nice light application, fewer options with regards to like subtitles and sort of mixing up and doing different things with the app. And again, if we tap the three buttons on the side, it doesn't do anything. As you can see, nothing happens there. Not a lot of options are open to you. And again, this is the paid app. That's one of the most disappointing things about this, that this app is the only one of the ones we're talking about today that is a paid application, yet is the most unimpressive. And that's really it. There are other DLNA applications out there, but these are kind of the best ones, which lead me to the very best one of all, which is, of course, Kodi. Kodi is an application you can now install on your FireStick, and do check out my video using the application downloader to put Kodi on your FireStick. And from here, this has an unparalleled user interface for accessing the content of your NAS or NASes. I don't know quite what the plural of NAS is. And from here, you can really just browse so straightforward and easily. And again, maybe I have to resync it there, don't worry too much. But there's no denying it, this is the best way to currently enjoy your media on your FireStick from your NAS into the DLNA. With the huge added bonus, it is completely free. With all of those add-on and streaming services, do remember to stay legal. But this has been the best way to enjoy your media on Amazon FireStick over DLNA. If you've got any questions or comments, let me know below, and I'll be doing a couple more videos on this, so I do welcome your input. Do remember, I don't have a Patreon or PayPal or any of that. This channel is supported by your likes and subscribes, so do help me help you. Cheerio.